Hello, my most beautiful friends, and welcome to this year's new makeup release beauty tag. Now, this was actually curated by Angelica Nefis. I was inspired by her. I don't know if she's doing it again this year. I actually really don't know if she's doing it again this year, but I will still leave her a link down below because she is the one that created this tag. I did it last year, and I thought it'd be really cool to do it again this year. I will be linking all the questions down below just in case you guys want to participate as well. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and grab a snack and grab a drink, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I think we have 9 questions sitting in front of me. And last year, I truly did base it off of all the new makeup releases. And I think I'm going to pretty much do the same to the best of my ability because there's just some products that I feel like weren't this year's releases on new makeup releases, but still really stood out to me. So the first question I have is, what mainstream release lived up to the hype most this year? And honestly, I really had to take a moment to really think, what mainstream release really lived up to the hype this year? And I can only think of one thing. And even though it wasn't released this year, it truly did live up to the hype, especially because it went ultra viral. It was literally something that everybody was running to the store grabbing. Everybody was trying to sell out. And honestly, everybody became obsessed with this, myself included. And that's going to be the L'Oreal True Match Foundation. Now, I know this foundation came out a long time ago, but I got reintroduced to it this year because of Shelby Ann. She did a Shelby Ann viral drugstore makeup routine, and when I say it went viral, I mean it literally went viral. Like, literally, products sold out. You could not get your hands on it because she sold it out, because she showed that you could do a beautiful full face of makeup on a budget. And so I picked this up, I tried it out, and I was like, wait, why did I hate this? I'm actually wearing it on my face today. I'm like, why did I hate this? This is actually incredibly good. Even though like it's not really meant for oily skin, and I still do get oily while wearing it, there's something about this that just looks so natural, so flawless, and so beautiful. And there's a reason why this went viral this year. Now, I have to say, like, I literally did a video, like, oh, guys, this is so cool. Okay, so I did a video this year doing a full face of Shelby Ann's viral drugstore makeup routine. I did it on YouTube. Y'all, that got like 30,000 plus views on it. I can't even tell you the last time a video of mine, one, ever really hit 5,000 to 6,000 views, but to hit 30,000 views, besties, let me tell you, that was game-changing for me. Like, I got a lot of new subscribers because of that, and it just truly was so eye-opening. Like, oh my god, like, am I becoming famous? No, I'm just joking. But it really was such a cool moment to see that I gained a shit ton of subscribers and got a lot of views because of the fact that I did a viral drugstore makeup routine. So I really will say this one definitely was a game changer for me, because not only did it bring me you guys sitting in front of me, but it also just brought me a love for drugstore makeup and just showing that you can do such beautiful things on a budget. And I just really fell in love with this. So that is why this is going to be the well, it didn't release this year, the mainstream release that lived up to the hype most this year, because, well, a lot of people were running out to the store to get it, myself included. Another question is, what indie release lived up to the hype most this year? I'd say the indie release that lived up most of the hype this year truly is going to be the Glam Light lip kits. Now, I have been talking about the Glam Light lip kits for an incredibly long time, but I feel like this year they truly did pop off. And I don't know what particular collab caused them to pop off, but I feel like they have just gone mega viral over on TikTok. So many people, I mean, like, so many people were doing the Glam Light lip kits over on TikTok Shop because they can make commission off of it. Like, you don't have to be a content creator to make commission off of Glam Light. You can literally just go on TikTok Shop, show yourself using a Glam Light lip kit, and boom, you can make some money. Like, anyone can do it. And I feel like because of that, they really did pop off this year. I feel like their most seller one, I could be wrong, but like their coffee lip kits, y'all, these have sold out multiple times. They cannot keep this in stock. I don't know if they're bringing it back. The vanilla one is my personal favorite. Again, it's for my lips, and I feel like this was just so underhyped. Like, it was so underhyped until the moment that people started trying it. They're like, oh shit, this is actually incredibly good. I'm like, yes, I've been telling you guys, don't sit on Glam Light lip kits. You can get a lip liner, a lipstick, and a lip gloss anywhere between $12 to $22, just depending on the lip kit. They do sales all the time. And let me tell you, these are incredible. And I feel like they truly did hit the mark when it came to being a really hyped up product that people were like, I'm not sure, but then they tried it. They go, I could see why that went viral. So yeah, I feel like the indie one, doesn't matter which one, but personally for me is the coffee one, truly did live up to the hype this year. Question number 3, what release did not live up to the hype this year? So I have them right here. I feel like for me, the release that did not live up to the hype this year, honestly, is probably going to be my Point of View kits. So I was sent the Point of View holiday lip kits. I have the lip liners. They're actually just sitting like in my lip liner drawer. So they're just like right here. I have all of them. And I have tried these lip kits multiple times. Now, mind you, the Ampit, I love the Ampit. I think the Ampit was absolutely fire, right? But then I got to lip kits right here. And I feel like the first 3 shades are pretty decent. But when you go into the rest, it just really falls flat. I have tried these so many times now, and I cannot get the deeper shades to work for me. The second I put the lip liner on, like the lip liner, like goes on very like just automatically, it kind of dries down, it's not going to transfer. But the second I put like the lip ampule on top, it pulls that lip liner, it causes it to shift and budge. It does not stay, it completely transfers off. And then you have the lip products itself where they're sheer, but they're supposed to be buildable. But when you do build them up, they get extremely patchy, they get sticky, so they create that really weird like goopiness in between the lips. And I'm just like, I don't know how to make these work. I've seen, Michaela and a few of her friends put these online and they look so beautiful, so luscious. And then I put them on and they are just so patchy. And I'm like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Now, I did see a content creator named Glamzilla kind of break it down, saying that the lip liners and the Ampits are just 2 different products that are not necessarily meant to be put together. Like these by themselves, absolutely incredible. They're going to lock down onto your lip. They're not going to shift or budge. But this is like water, right? And then you put oil on top of water. Oil and water do not mix well together. They clash like crazy. And that's kind of what's going on right here, is the way that she broke it down. You're going to put something like a water-based lip liner. It's not saying it's water-based, but I'm just saying like a water-based lip liner. Put oil on top. It's going to pull off that lip liner that you put on, and it's going to shift and it's going to budge. Now, she did say that these are supposed to go on. She did say you're supposed to put these on very lightly, supposed to just slightly sheared out and just kind of build it up throughout the day. It's not meant to be full-on pigment. It's just meant to be built up throughout the entire day. And while I don't necessarily agree with that part, I will say I don't think she's wrong when it comes to these 2 kind of clashing together. I think these would have done better if they were sold completely separately, not sold as a kit. And I feel like this would have been better if this was sold not as a high pigmented lip gloss, but a lip ampule, where it's like a lip treatment with a slight tint. I feel like that would have done better for marketing. So for me, I had a lot of hype around this. They looked absolutely beautiful. I was so excited to try this out. And then I was highly disappointed in how they work together. I do like the lip liners on their own by themselves. The lip ampules, the deeper shades, I'm still not vibing with it. I like the lighter shades. They work really well, but the deeper shades, they still come out really patchy. I've done Glamzilla's trick where I go in very light and I just, kind of let it build throughout the day. And it's still patchy. It's still patchy. So for me, this was very much an underwhelming product for the hype that I got. And that was really sad because I really wanted to love it because, like I said, I love the Ampit so much. I thought I'd like this one the same, but I did not. Question number 4, what was the biggest curveball? So I think the biggest curveball for me in terms of what launched this year, honestly, was going to be the Dior products. I never in a million years thought that I would fall in love with a $60 bronzer. Okay, that's not me. I don't really like the most luxurious things in life. I've never have. But this got hyped all over social media. I was like, okay, let me try this out. I didn't even realize that this was really cushy. Wow. So I was like, let me try this out. It's a $60 bronzer. Y'all, I fell so hard in love with it. I fell so hard in love with it that this became my favorite bronzer of the year. It is absolutely incredible. No matter what foundation I'm wearing, I can put this on and it just blends out so seamlessly. It looks like it's airbrushed onto the face. It just matches. It just goes with whatever product I put on top of. It just works so beautifully and so well that I'm just like, damn it, because I will have to replace this at one point because I just love it too much. I just genuinely did not expect to love this. This really kind of took me by surprise. Same thing with the Dior Luminizer. Again, when I saw this in stores, when I saw them talking about this online during the new makeup releases, I was like, ain't no way that this like $60 highlighter is going to be a great highlighter. I swatched it. I was like, this is shit. I got it. And then I was like, God damn it, it's good. It's good. It highlights beautifully. It's a luminizer, but I feel like it highlights so beautifully. It's long lasting. It doesn't show any sort of texture on my face, which I really do appreciate. And it doesn't emphasize the pores. It just goes on so beautifully. And I feel like a little bit does go a long way. And ultimately, this one took me by surprise. Another curveball that I tried this year that people raved about online, I was talking about my new makeup releases, is going to be the Givenchy Pressed Prism Powder. Like, Again, I hit pan. I went and bought another one. I truly did not expect to love something like this. Normally, I am not a luxury girl. I tend to enjoy mostly like drugstore products, or like maybe more, if it's not drugstore, maybe more indie products, but this is going to be more of a higher end product. And I tried it. And this has been my absolute favorite finishing powder since the moment I got my hands on it. Not only does it help to lock in my makeup and make it last all day, but it truly does help to blur my imperfections and helps to smooth the texture on my skin. I am someone that suffers from very large pores. Every time I show you guys my pores, you're like, those are not large. I'm not kidding. I have large pores. I feel like I'm the only one in my friend group that I look at their face and I do not see the pores that I see on myself, okay? This really does help to blur my pores and make them look a little bit more minimized, makes my face look a little bit softer, and it really helps to just lock in my makeup. This one truly took me by surprise this year. So I feel like those are my 3 Curve Raw products I talked about, my new makeup releases that generally surprised me. Number 5, what is the biggest letdown slash snooze fest this year? I would say, honestly, probably the biggest letdown and snooze fest of the year is probably going to be the advent calendars. First off, we had the Sephora advent calendar. That was a $99 advent calendar, and I pretty much got, I think, what, 3 or 4 full-size products. The rest were all mini sizes, mini to deluxe. It was such a waste of my money. I spent over $100 on that damn advent calendar to be let down because the fact that they just put travel sizes in there, not even like travel sizes and mini sizes. I'm like, what is this? Like, given the fact that I love the Sephora favorite kits, those are always so worth it. To go to the $99 advent calendar, you open it up, you're like, what is all this little mini shit? Like, this is what I got. And I even got stuff that just wasn't viral. Like, normally, like last year, at least Sephora's last year was a bit better, but the year before that was fantastic. They put literally their top hits of that year into that advent calendar, and I feel like each year since has definitely gone downhill. It was a big waste of my money, and it was really sad because I've always loved a good advent calendar. Same thing with the Ulta Beauty advent calendars. I didn't unbox them here on my channel because I looked at them and I was like, this is another example. This is just a box full of mini products. Mini products are not even products that necessarily launched this year. I'm like, this is so disappointing. Like, so disappointing. Such a waste of money. And I just feel like that is why you guys barely saw me unbox advent calendars on my channel this year, because they were all just such a huge letdown. The Ipsy advent calendar. I spent $160 on that damn freaking advent calendar to pretty much be like, wow, what a waste of my money. That was a waste of my money on getting that advent calendar. I should have known, but I was like, you know what? Let me trust them. And again, that was with my money because you just got products in there that I never heard of. And then the products I did get were many sizes. So I feel like for me, it was the advent calendars that launched this year that were a big snooze fest and an ultimate letdown. What are the unsung heroes of 2025? So I think for me, the unsung heroes probably have to do with like my base and finishing sprays. So the first one's going to be Thayer's. Again, I tried this year because of Shelby Ann, and this is the Milky Hydrating Toner. I've used this almost every day, and I've still have barely made a dent into this because look how much product you get. Okay, this has 12 ounces in here, and I feel like this is like, what, $15-16. I literally wash my face and then I go in with this next. This really just helps to hydrate my skin and really get it prepped before makeup. I absolutely love this Milky Toner. It is phenomenal. This has sold out so many times. Barely anyone can get their hands on it. I literally love this so much that Thayer's ended up reaching out to me and they ended up sending me a little box of their products, and this is included. I decided not to keep the extra. I gave it all back to you guys because I know this is going to last me quite some time. Like, there's so much in here, and a little bit does go a long way. This truly took me by surprise for how amazing this was, especially for me. Like I said, I have really oily skin. I have large pores. I have textures, and this works so beautifully. Same thing with the POV. The POV, this is going to be the Drip It. My bottle's practically empty at this point. I do have a backup of this, and I have to say, this is great. I know a lot of people there don't like her brand, but this generally took me by surprise. Not only does this help to give you extra hydration, it gives you a soft glow to the skin, and it works beautifully with all the other POV products, but also works really beautifully with all the other skincare products that I pair this with, and it just works beautifully on my skin. Even though I do get oily, I was genuinely surprised that this does not affect the oil production. In fact, this really helps to control my oil production because it's giving me such hydration that I literally am not as oily throughout the day, because this truly helps to balance the oil production on my face, and this one generally took me by surprise. Another unsung hero for us oily babes is going to be the Bioma. This is going to be the gel cream moisturizer. Mine's empty now. I had to go buy another one. This is fantastic. This is my morning moisturizer. This is the only moisturizer I use every single morning because this does a great job without clogging my pores because it's non-chronogenic. It also has niacinamide in it, which is going to be great for my large pores, and it's going to be a gel cream moisturizer, which is going to really help the oil production, and it just doesn't sit heavy in the skin. It's very lightweight. It just it just blends seamlessly, and it just, my skin absorbs it so nicely, and any sort of makeup I put on top of this sits very beautifully. And then finally, we have two unsung heroes are going to be two different setting sprays. We have the Danessa Myricks. This is going to be the liquid blurring balm. This is fantastic. I'm probably like halfway through. This really helps to lock down my makeup. It really helps to make it last all day. But it also helps to soften my skin and not make it look so like tight, if that makes sense. It really just helps to kind of like make it look a little bit softer and really helps to blur the appearance of my pores. And then we also have the L'Oreal Infallible 3-Second Setting Mist. I know this did not come out this year, but I tried it for the first time this year, and let me tell you, this is hairspray in a freaking bottle. Hairspray in a bottle. You do not want to breathe when spraying this on because it's hairspray, but let me tell you, your makeup will not budge. Your makeup will not budge. This is going to be the dupe. It's like the one size on till dawn. I've literally gone through like 3 or 4 bottles of these because I do love this and I use it all the time, but this is more accessible. This is more affordable, and I can pretty much pick this up anytime I want. And I really do love how this truly just locks in that makeup, and I know when I'm wearing this, my makeup is not going to budge. What are the best holiday releases of the year? So technically there's 2 holidays in my mind. We have a Halloween and we have a Christmas. So I feel like the best Halloween palette of the year is going to be the Nomad Cosmetics. This is going to be the Witch City palette. This is my favorite Halloween palette that anyone has ever created. First, you're going to have the cabin, followed by the witches, but for me, it's the color story. Like, it truly is the color story. It's absolutely phenomenal. They did such a beautiful, mine is cracking! They did such a beautiful job at truly just curating the perfect Halloween color story. And I loved every second of this palette. I love playing with it. And I just truly think that they did such a beautiful job curating the best Halloween package, from the theme to the color story to the lenticular motion on the front. They truly did a beautiful job. And I hate that this shade is cracking. I don't know why it's doing that, but hopefully I just fixed it. I'm glad I kind of caught that early. But yeah, I absolutely love this palette for Halloween. Now, when it comes to the best holiday, like AKA Christmas, we have to talk about the Day signature. It is going to be the Festive Elegance. This sold out. I truly hope that she brings it back. This shade right here also kind of came in broken, but I did press it back in. This is such a beautiful palette. This was perfect. Like, this is exactly what I'm looking for when it comes to a Christmas color story. This is beautiful. I've already used this so many different times this holiday season, just off camera when I would just play with makeup. I want to get myself kind of dolled up for Corey. Like, this is kind of what I've been going into right here, because this just screams everything I'm looking for Christmas and for New Year's, and it truly is just a beautiful holiday palette. What is the best collab of 2024? That is a little hard because I feel like there's 2 brands that kind of stood out more. So first we're going to have Glamlight. Glamlight did their Twilight collaboration this year. They also did their Lord of the Rings. Now, while the Lord of the Rings wasn't my favorite like color story in terms of package, in terms of the palette, the collab itself was absolutely beautiful. Like, I loved the makeup bag. I loved the lip kits. I loved the way they did the design of the palette. It was absolutely gorgeous. But then they also did a phenomenal job with their Twilight collaboration. I love both palettes. I love the lip kits. I love the highlighter, and I love that the box, like the physical PR box itself, came in a wedding box. Like, it was a wedding box, and it was so beautiful. I think they really did. I feel like they really went above and beyond this past year when it came to those particular collaborations. But then I also have to give credit to ColourPop. ColourPop has stepped up their game this year when it came to collaborations. First, they did a phenomenal job with the New Moon collection. I loved everything about the New Moon collection, from the packaging to the color story to the lip kits. They did phenomenal, but they also did a really wonderful job with like the Shrek collaboration. I love the Shrek collab. I think they did so good with that color story. It's probably one of the best palettes they ever created, in my personal opinion. They did beautiful, but they also did like Tangled and Toy Story. They did Stitch. Like, they did such a good job this past year, really trying to capture the essence of what the collab they're doing really represented. I feel like they really stepped up compared to previous years, and I just feel like both brands deserve to have their moment when it comes to best collabs. I feel like both did an amazing job, and both actually kind of compete against each other, which is really hilarious, but both, I think, are elevating each other and causing each other to step up to their next level, and I really love to see that. So I feel like those are the best collabs this year. And finally, question number 9. What are your predictions for releases during next year? I feel like my prediction for releases next year is I feel like we're going to see a lot more body mist come into play. And I feel like we're going to see a lot more brands rolling out maybe some body care products and or some perfumes. I feel like this past year, fragrances have been on the rise, but we're seeing more and more brands starting to curate their own body mist and perfumes and wanting to kind of branch out away from just doing makeup, but also implement body care as well. Because I feel feel like that's what they're realizing where a lot of the money is going. Like if you're a fragrance content this year, a fragrance content creator like Leah Janae, she's bloomed like crazy because of Bath and Body Works, because of all of her perfume hauls. Like she's blown up on TikTok because of it. And I feel like a lot of brands are seeing more and more people talking about fragrances, especially body mist. We're seeing body mist coming out like everywhere from different brands. You have like Fenty Beauty, you have Rare Beauty, you have Fleur, you have Sol de Janeiro, you have Finery, you have Pixie. Like you have so many, like Pixie, for example, came out with fragrances. Like they're a drugstore brand and they're launching fragrances. We are seeing just more and more brands starting to implement fragrances and or body mist and or body care, because I feel like they're really realizing that is where the market is right now. So I feel like a lot of people are starting to go back to that. And I also feel like next year we're going to see the year of the color. If I had to guess, I feel like more brands are starting to branch out and wanting to bring back like the 2016, 2017 makeup style. I think people were kind of getting over the clean girl aesthetic and wanting to go to more full coverage foundation, more colorful eye looks, more brighter lips. I feel like we're gonna start seeing that as well. But I could be wrong. I'm not a makeup expert. At the end of the day, I'm just a makeup lover. I love talking about makeup, and I could be right about the predictions. I could be wrong. Who knows? We shall definitely see. But that is going to be this year's The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, the new makeup release tag. Like I said, a huge thank you to Angelica Neefish, because this is her creation. This is her tag that she came up with. Like I said, I'll link her down below. And if you guys want to partake, I will have the questions down below too. I definitely love to see your guys' opinions on each of the questions that I talked about. But that, my most beautiful friends, is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, so I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channels, R for the Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful paid members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.